And I never asked you, do you go by Dan or do you go by Daniel?
I go by Daniel.
You go by
Yep.
Daniel. Okay. Daniel
Yep.
Hinkson. Tyler Hinkson's brother has
Yep.
decided to join the Transformation podcast. Really excited for this episode because you had attended Rythmia with Tyler a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. His second time, my first time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm really excited today to hear your story. And
Yeah. Appreciate that.
yeah. And, I usually ask anybody that comes on for the first time to kind of give me like a backstory of your life before Rythmia and then kind of
Mm.
like what brought you there and onward.
Yeah. Great question. So, a little backstory. Uh, I own a service company, and I did that with Tyler actually for a long time, and then he sold me the business, and uh, I went through a divorce pretty early on. I was married for 3 years, went through a divorce. And as you know, Jesse, divorces mess you up mentally. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I didn't love myself. I'm now remarried and we had a baby girl about 8 months ago.
Oh, cool.
Super exciting. But I was finding that owning a business was a lot harder than I ever anticipated, right?
Mm-hmm.
My mentors, Tyler made it look easy, right? And it was a lot harder for me than I anticipated. So I started falling into alcohol and marijuana and deep into just drugs. You know, I was doing mushrooms more than I should have, acid more than I should have, Molly probably more than I should have as well, and just trying to escape. And I kind of felt desperate. I didn't know what to do. I thought mushrooms were going to fix me, right? I think a lot of people have that.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah. We can
and they
talk
did
about
it.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't. And then I saw Tyler go to Rhythmia. He came back and he was a completely different person, and just it called me very hard. I felt like I needed ayahuasca to help fix me and help figure out what the hell is going on with me, because I feel like I was going down a very dark path. uh, yeah, and I'm grateful that I did do it.
The whole mushroom thing, there's a big misconception of like a solo experience in my
Hmm.
opinion. I've had a couple people on this show that do guided experiences, psilocybin guided experiences, and I've also discussed people's experiences doing it on their own.
Mm.
And the thing that separates the whole like solo experience compared to what we had experienced in Rythmia was, I think what Rythmia did a really good job of doing was ensuring that the mood and the setting was correct. They have it down to
Mm.
a science. The music
Totally.
the music plays at a certain time and it stops at a certain time. The incense comes into the maloka and leaves the maloka at a certain time. There's a routine, there's a schedule to it. And it's led by somebody with years of experience of doing this in their native culture.
Totally.
When you go on the street and go buy a handful of mushrooms from Doug behind the liquor store, um, and then you go home, you have a TV on, you have outside world influences around you,
Mm.
and you can put the phone away, you can turn the TV off, and you could sit and just do your experience with, let's say, a half ounce or whatever you believe the dose should be. But where the difference is you don't have people around you that have the experience of guiding, nor do you have the mood actually right, no matter what it is, because what we're going to probably talk about today is when you experience an experience like this, it's not what you want, it's what you need.
Totally.
And when you are in control of the experience, you're going to try to take from it what you want instead of what you actually need.
Mm.
And it's it, I appreciate that people have the open mindedness to go ahead and try that kind of thing, but I don't believe that it's as effective as what a lot of people claim it to be.
Oh, totally. Yeah. I think it can help minimally in your life and help uh rewire some certain pathways of thinking, but I don't think it's a fix all. And I did believe that when I was taking them, like this is going to fix me, this is going to help me, but
Yeah,
it spiraled me into more drugs and different drugs, and it wasn't a good thing for me.
definitely. So you had gone through divorce, were on your own for a while, running your business. You go ahead and get married. Congratulations on
Thank
the
you.
newborn,
Appreciate
by the
that.
way.
Thank you.
What before we really dive into it, what's newborn life like before and after Rythmia?
Yeah, dude. Before I've always loved being a dad.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It's completely changed my life. And it's funny because when we were like at the hospital having the baby, like I would go outside, smoke, and go back in. And I experienced that high because you start to believe when you're heavily on marijuana that everything's just better high, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And it was for me, it was amazing. I had a great experience. Um,
Oh
but
God.
I was home for 3 weeks with my wife and the baby before we moved to Washington for the summer months
Mm-hmm.
to work. And that whole time, I believe I was high that whole time.
Yeah.
And
Right.
not a great experience, like looking back.
No.
I wasn't very present. I was on my phone most of the time. Like I loved being a dad, loved being there, but I wasn't there. I was in my own head doing something else, and coming back from Rythmia, it's been just presence. And I feel like I've connected with my daughter and my wife more than the 4 years that we've been married, 5 years that we've been together, and the previous 8 months of my daughter's life. I've been able to connect and I've been able to be present and not need any other outside influence to feel pulled to connect. Does that make sense?
It 100% does. I am very similar with you when coming back home and
Mm.
being able to spend time with my children. It's just such an enjoyable experience to actually be present.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And the what you're going to really love as a parent as your child gets older is like the conversations from like 6 to like 10, 11 years old.
Mm.
They're just so fun. And you really start to gain the insight of their personality. What makes them tick, give them a little shit here and there, teach them how to
Yeah.
give you shit. Right. Like
Right.
just, I like when I came back, what I had done for the next 3 or 4 months was literally every single morning I took each one of them on a walk solo just for a conversation.
Mm.
And like every morning when we woke up, that was the first thing we did. It's like we just went for a walk and just had a conversation. And it was like I was finally actually getting to know my children. And I have
Yeah.
Rythmia to thank for that because it's been such a fulfilling, cool experience.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like I've connected with my wife going off that, right? I talk to my daughter, but she can't talk back to me yet.
Not yet.
But
No.
every night my wife and I sit down and we actually have like good connecting conversation. When we've never done that before, it's kind of been how's your day? Good. How's your day? Good. Cool. Yeah, we'll get on our phones. Let's watch a movie together for quality time. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
But it's been amazing to just actually get to know her more and feel deeply connected with her. And yeah, I love that.
I had that conversation last night with Josh on the podcast about how like
Mm.
my next relationship, whenever it finally comes, whenever it's finally serious, is I I don't want the TV or the phones to be involved when there's personal time. Like
Totally.
the I would just enjoy like sitting at the dinner table for a couple hours a night and just talking about like what you and I are talking about right now, something very natural, something very
Yeah.
fun. Like it
Yeah.
could go off onto anything. Like we could talk about the sauna and my experience at the sauna at Lifetime Fitness, like we were
Yeah.
before the recording, right? Like, and I don't know, I've never been so open to listening to what somebody else has to say as well
Mm.
and take such interest in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so cool that you're going through that at a point where like the beginning of your family life is so fresh.
Yeah.
I'm a
And it,
little,
it
yeah, I
Rythmia
love
came
that.
at the perfect time for me.
Definitely.
You know, because
Yeah.
I haven't been able to connect. Speaking of sauna, though, we have to talk about this sauna etiquette,
Okay.
right? Because
Yeah.
you were saying earlier before the podcast, just give a little preface. You don't know if you're allowed to talk to people, even if you feel pulled to in the sauna.
Yeah.
Me, I've had some of the best relationships that I have been in the sauna. And the way that I actually got into breath work, which
Yeah.
there is kind of like a, you know, breath work is a gateway drug to ayahuasca in the end, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
And I met someone who did breath work, and I had one of the most psychedelic experiences I've ever had just by having a really good conversation and riffing with someone in the sauna. And that has led me to where I'm ultimately at right now. Uh, and if I never talked to him, I don't think I would have gone to Costa Rica and done ayahuasca in the end.
Really?
Yeah. So I'm a huge
Yeah.
advocate where, hey, if you're in the sauna and you feel pulled to talk to someone, talk to him. Because, like, the universe is putting that person in your path for a reason.
That's a great way to look at it. So yeah, I'll give you a little bit of my experience in the sauna for like the last 2 to 3 weeks, because I've been doing it daily recently. So if you know anything about me as you continue to get to know me, have you ever seen the show Curb Your Enthusiasm with Larry David? The show is premised on like the show is like a big joke on pet peeves. And I have a lot of pet peeves. I have a lot of things that bother me. And it could be as simple as like if I'm waiting in line behind somebody that, let's say, is getting ice cream and they're taking samples and they take more than 3 samples. It's like, okay, like
you're like, come on, man.
Pick a flavor, right?
Yeah.
So like little stuff like that just really, you know, irks me, and I like talking about it. I'm opinionated in that way. I think it's fun. I think it's fun banter also to kind of go back and forth. So one of my things is like the sound of like sloshing wetness, you know, like when somebody's chomping their lips, or you could flap your cheeks and it'll make a sound. I don't like those kinds of sounds. I just don't.
Yeah.
And, you know, a lot of guys in the sauna that are just soaking wet feel the need to be rubbing their bodies nonstop. And it's just that sound. And if for anybody that's ever been in a sauna, you understand that it's a probably a 10 by 10 box with a little bit of wood and the rest is tile. So the sound, of course, is just bouncing off of the wall. So it's echoing and it's louder than it should be. So that really bothers me.
And for anyone who does that in the sauna, stop. It bothers everybody.
Yes. This is part of the reason why I should get it out there into the universe. I think people need to hear these things. Let's, you know, like reclining your seat on an airplane, right? All right, onward. So there's more. So another thing, and it's mostly older boomer men that feel the need to come into the sauna to stretch, which I get it. I get what you're doing. You're stiff, but stop groaning. You don't need to groan when you stretch. No, stop. And lastly, the last thing that bothered me in the sauna, and this has been actually recently, and before I get into it, I have to say I have begun reading a book while I'm in the sauna. By the way, this is the first time I've read a book since I was age 15 years old.
Wow, congrats.
Thank you. And I'm actually really enjoying it.
Yeah, good.
I had no idea I would actually like this. So I'm in the sauna and I've begun reading a book. And now because I had the thought for the previous 2 weeks, like maybe I should say hi to somebody. Now I'm reading the book, and there's 3 people in there, and the other 2 guys decide to start talking to each other. And this book is written in the 1800s. So I'm really trying to comprehend what I'm reading while also
it's difficult. Yeah, you have to read it like 3 times to get it.
While suffering in the heat. That's kind of why I'm doing it. I'm trying to test my mind to stay focused while under maybe intense situations.
Totally.
And that's the whole purpose of what I'm doing right now, right? And also, by the way, my vocabulary is beginning to expand. Have you ever heard the term melodious sneezers? somebody that sneezes in a musical way.
Interesting.
Yeah, right. Like anyway, so that's where the whole like, should I talk to somebody in a sauna thing came in when I had kind of mentioned it to you before I hit record. Was that happened 2 days ago? I'm reading my book and then two guys are talking. Now I can't follow along with what I'm reading in the book because now it's 3 things.
Yeah.
Right. So
did you join in on the conversation, or did you just suffer in silence?
I suffered in silence while I continued to try to read my book.
That's awesome. Well, next time you got to join in on the conversation and you'll probably get a ton out of it.
You're right. And by the way, it probably makes the time go by faster.
Way faster. Yeah. That's probably why I talk to people in the sauna is I'm miserable. Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta suffer together, right?
Right, exactly.
There's no better feeling or reward than after you get out, though. Man, is that wow.
You feel amazing.
It's incredible. I recommend it to anybody. I understand that there's concerns with cleanliness or like, there's so much sweat in there, but if you have the ability to cleanse your body and exfoliate and get your pores opened up like that and have like a deep sweat, that's the greatest thing you can do.
Totally.
I am a big advocate for it.
Yeah, I think it helps with mental health as well, not only physical health, but like I always feel better mentally after a sauna.
Yeah.
Cold plunge, I don't feel that. I feel like the only reason I do a cold plunge is discipline. I get out and I'm just cold the rest of the day. So I haven't found that same feeling from cold plunging, but sauna, I feel that every time I go in the sauna.
Cold plunges are hard.
Yeah. Whoever created that and said this is going to help with mental health, if anything, it's made me more depressed. Just kidding. But at
funny.
Rythmia, that cold plunge, hot tub, and steam room, game changer for me.
Yeah, it felt
total
nice.
Game changer. Yeah. So nice. It's because when you are taking ayahuasca, you are shitting yourself, you are puking your guts out, and it's good to have a release other than just a horrible release, actually sweating everything out and like feeling your body. And when you're more in tune with your body after ayahuasca, those experiences I feel like are way deeper than just a sauna at Lifetime Fitness,
Yes. I agree with you. I definitely agree with you. The whole week, the way that they do it, the way that they organize it, the way that they keep it so structured as well. Like the whole entire process, I would say should be an example for any other life advancement center that wants to open from there on out.
Totally.
And what makes it so amazing is everything that you see that has been done has been an idea from ceremonies.
Yeah, from ayahuasca.
Yeah.
It's the story they told about Jerry, how he did, I can't remember how many, 70 something ceremonies, and in those ceremonies his intention was, what can I do for this center to make it more, just to make it better for people and more impactful.
Yes. And
that's pretty incredible because you can feel that. You can feel this isn't Jerry's ideas. This is ayahuasca speaking through Jerry and manifesting into reality an amazing center. I would never do ayahuasca anywhere else after going to Rythmia. Just incredible.
One of the realizations, I haven't mentioned this on the podcast before, but you saying that reminded me of this, because even the logo is designed from the, and you remember the logo, it's what looks like a mountain is actually a face, and then there's all the roots below. Do you remember that?
Recall I do remember that.
So at the time that I had gone, I had, how they have the board members above the whiteboard in the
little plaques.
Yes. Yeah. At the time there was 16 people. And if you look on the roots, there was 16 roots.
Interesting.
And I made that connection one night when I was there. I was like, oh my God, there's 16 board members and there's 16 roots. It's kind of, and then what you think is the mountain, it's actually a face. So the roots are like the brain, rewiring the brain.
I've got to look at this because I've seen the mountain, but I haven't seen the.
It's actually a face. It's not a mountain.
Oh yeah, if you turn it on its side. Interesting.
Yeah. Show the
That is
camera.
really cool. Yeah, I
So
got my face mask here.
okay.
So yeah, it looks like a, let's see, a mountain.
Yep.
But if you
Yep.
turn it on its side,
It's a
yeah, it's a
face.
face laying down.
Yep.
That is
Yep.
really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a cool insight.
And
But yeah,
that just came to me on like a Tuesday night.
that's incredible. Would you ever, Jesse, would you ever go back to Rythmia and do another ceremony
Someday. Yeah. You know,
someday?
I recently actually, you know, just kind of what my life I've been going through. I had a night where I was like, you know what? Like I just don't need anything anymore. And that's just how I feel.
Yeah,
And you know, maybe my feelings will change as time goes on. Maybe I'll feel another calling. You know, something I would like to do someday is when I do meet my person, I would like to do that experience with that person before making a decision on even getting married, honestly.
totally. Yeah.
So, you know, like it may happen, it may not. I don't know for sure. But it definitely has a place in my heart.
Yeah. And there's no rush.
No.
Yeah,
I might wait till my kids are, you know, older.
totally.
Yeah, so we'll
Yeah.
see, you know. But yeah, let's go into you getting there and what the experience was like, you
Okay.
know, getting into the airport, driving there with those complimentary mixed nuts
Yeah.
and the bottled waters.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right. Well, let's take these off, dive into it.
it's
Yeah,
getting
getting to the
serious now.
airport, it was so beforehand there's the dieta, right? So I took the dieta super seriously. I didn't have any red meat, no alcohol, no weed for a month beforehand. Absolutely no drugs, which for me was super hard, right? I mean, I was smoking weed every single day for almost the last few years, you know, and then cold turkey stop for a month beforehand. Um, but I was desperate. I truly believed like if I can't uh follow this dieta perfectly, ayahuasca is not going to work on me and I'm going to probably kill myself, right? And pretty terrifying, pretty horrible. And I
Yeah.
feel like a lot of the results that I got from ayahuasca were actually results from me working out every day beforehand, quitting weed, quitting alcohol, not looking at pornography, um, and being more present, you know, with myself the month leading up to it. I feel like I was changing as a person. And you know how during Rythmia they say ayahuasca will work on you before you even get here? I
Yes.
totally feel that looking back on it. During the moment, I was just miserable for a month.
Mhm.
Only whole foods, no sugar, no pepper, like no seasoning on anything. I was like to the T perfect on my diet and
Yeah.
my daily routine. Um, so yeah, on the airplane ride, it was a long airplane ride. My biggest fear is being hungry, believe it or not. I hate being hungry. I hate that sensation.
Wow.
So I had like mixed nuts in my bag, like oatmeal that I homemade that's super healthy. And I wasn't watching, I was off social media, wasn't watching any shows, trying to read a book, which I'm similar to you, Jesse. The last time I read a book was like 15, probably,
Yeah,
you
mine
know?
was To Kill a
Or,
Mockingbird.
oh, yeah. Yeah, mine was the Book of Mormon on my mission, actually.
Oh, no
I was
shit.
raised Mormon, yeah. I lived in
Oh,
Russia for 2 years, and yeah, the
oh,
Bible and the Book of Mormon were probably the last book that I read.
no kidding. Wow.
But the month leading up, I was trying to build a good routine. So I was reading every single night. I had a rule no phone in bed. So I was reading a book every night. Hated it, right? But I'm coming actually to learn to love reading, which is for me shocking.
It's a lost art. It's
Totally.
become a lost art. Yes.
Yeah. Even if I don't comprehend what's on the page, I do feel more calm and
Mm.
more connected
Yes.
with self,
Yes.
you know?
And you don't have a screen, blue screen in your eyes.
Totally.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've realized, and it's one of my insights actually from ayahuasca. Your little microwave box, your phone, It's horrible for you. Social
Mm.
media causes fear, anxiety. It separates us as people. We lose that connection. So I've been off my phone a lot more since being back. Still not perfect at it.
It's hard.
Yeah. Anyway, get to Costa Rica. The flight was super long. Met like the group of people you ride in the van to the resort with, and immediately I'm like, I am out of place. Like these are not my people. Um, I've come to love those people, and they're some of my greatest friends now.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the time I was like, for sure, I felt like the youngest person there. Everyone had experienced life, and this is like their grand awakening. And I'm like, shit, I'm here because I'm desperate, you know? Luckily, I was there with my brother, Tyler, and I never would have gone if he didn't go,
Right.
right?
Right.
And we are best friends, my brother and I. We could not, you said this earlier, we could not be more different as far as personalities go,
Yeah.
but we are best friends. We make it work. He's always been there for me, and I'm working on always being there for him.
Yeah.
But this experience for us was like the final thing I feel like that connected us. Like now we have a bond that is completely unbreakable, and
Yeah.
we're there purely for each other. Get to the resort. I asked Tyler about his experience like a million times because I wanted to know what to expect. Newsflash for everyone, you never know what to expect. It's different for everyone. So
Yeah.
we get there and I was like, this place is nice. Like it's a pretty bougie place. I immediately felt comfortable. You get like the mixed nuts in the van. The driver's talking to you saying, these are sugar cane over here. These horses are for this. These cows are
Yeah.
for this. Like
Yeah. It's all farm to
just
table food. Yeah.
totally.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you feel good. You feel calm going into it. Getting there, they are so nice. They explain everything extremely well.
Hmm.
Felt totally comfortable. We got there on Sunday. So we basically just chilled Sunday, looked around the resort. The resort could not be more designed for calmness and
Yeah.
connection.
It's so well kept.
So well kept, gorgeous.
Yes.
The room is amazing.
Yep.
Like even in your room, you feel totally comfortable.
Great pillows, by the way. That's a big
Great.
thing.
Yeah, dude, that is
That's
a
the
big
thing.
thing. Great
Yeah.
pillows, great
Mhm.
smell. I
Yep.
sense like that's a
All
big thing for
natural
me.
scents, nothing
Yeah.
chemical. Yes.
Yeah.
The
So
shampoo, my
nice.
hair was its best with that shampoo. I don't know what it was, but
Mm.
I've been meaning to contact them about it because I had a really nice flow going when I was using their
Dude,
shampoo.
that's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, their shampoo, conditioner, and their body wash, it smells amazing. It is amazing.
Yeah.
They've got a pool, they've got a hot tub, cold plunge, sauna, a spa. Dude, best massage I've ever had in my life.
Which one did you
Truly.
get? Which one did you
I
get?
got the Rythmia one, like the
Okay.
recommended one.
Yeah. Yep. 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 Me
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. How'd you like it?
Oh man. I want to know if you had the same masseuse as I did, older lady,
Mm.
and she obviously native to the country there. I don't remember her name, but she was just so wonderful. It was the best massage I've ever had myself. There was
Mm.
these essential oils that she had that that you smelled while you were getting your massage. It was like, man, unlike
Dude.
any massage ever.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's like it feels like they took ayahuasca before the massage and they are so in tune with your body and what your body needs,
Yeah.
which is I actually booked you get one for free. I booked a second one because I was
Yes.
like, that was incredible.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it was exactly what my body needed. Going into Monday, like they tell you the whole, go to every class, everything like that.
Mhm.
Immediately, I'm like, just give me the drug.
Yeah.
Like, I don't
Yeah.
want to go to every class. Give me the drug. I know what I need, right?
Yes.
Looking back, I had no idea what I needed, right? I knew what I
You and
wanted.
I very similar in that regard.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I resonate with a lot of your story.
Yeah.
But still went to every class. I think if Tyler wasn't there, I wouldn't have gone to every class. And there were some classes I didn't go to, like the church ones. I forget what those are called.
Oh,
But
not the Sunday one. Yeah, I know what you're talking.
yeah.
Reverend Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Anyway, there were
Same
some
with
that I
my roommate, by the way. I wouldn't have gone to every class if I didn't have my roommate.
mm,
Who my brothers Mike and Jason both, they held me accountable to go to every class. They may not tell you that they intentionally did that, but I felt
mm,
that big brother
totally.
energy from them. Like,
Oh
come on,
yeah.
it's time to go. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
And it was helpful to have Tyler, who's been there before, know the classes, and he's like, yeah, we don't really need to go to this one, right? And yeah, anyway, went to the classes, journaled for the first time ever, while I was at Rythmia, and um the first night of ayahuasca, dude, it's the introduction night. You get in there at like 5:30 in the Maloka, and I didn't realize that they were going to spend 2 hours with no phone, right? No nothing, sitting in the Maloka before they even talk about ayahuasca.
Hmm.
So everyone's talking, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, what the hell are we doing?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
give me the freaking medicine. I know what I need, right?
Yeah.
And they're
Yeah.
like, you have to stay in this area. Don't go back to your room. And
Hmm.
after talking to people in the Maloka, I'm like, I'm going to take this shit and go back to my room, right? That was like my first reaction. And I ended up talking to the person next to me. His name's Julio, and coolest guy you'll ever meet. He lost his mom about a month ago, and I felt like I really I was there for him,
Hmm.
during the 2 hours, which probably an hour of silence before I even talked to anyone, and really connected with him. So I felt way more comfortable staying there. So I didn't go back to my room, right? But naturally, I'm someone who hides. I don't ever do drugs with people. Like I've smoked weed with some people, but Molly, mushrooms, I don't go out and do that at parties. Like I do it and I go hide in my room,
Hmm.
So it was very uncomfortable for me to be surrounded by 80 people in the Maloka. Um, but anyway, finally, 2 hours later, or 3 hours, whatever that time was, they gave us the first cup. They explained everything. They're like, "This is introduction. You stand in a line. You go take it." I took it. I'm sure you've talked about the taste of ayahuasca. It's brick red, really grainy, sour and sweet and bitter at the same time, and it's not good. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like eating mushrooms.
yeah,
You just choke it down.
yeah. You got to do it. So
Yeah.
yeah, you choke it down.
Yeah.
But I took the first one, waited an hour, took the second one, waited an hour, took the third one, and like I wasn't feeling anything. I feel like I was getting more sober with every cup. And that was like pissing me off. I was really frustrated because I'm like, what the hell? Like, I spent all this money to come here. I'm desperate. I don't want to go back and be my old self. I know what I need, and you're not giving it to me at all, you know? And then I took a fourth cup, and again, I felt like I was getting more sober with each cup. So I was pretty frustrated the first night. Didn't really feel anything. I felt a little bit of like a sleep paralysis. I feel like I was in between sleeping and being awake. But my biggest fear was a nada, and you had a nada on Yahe night, which is crazy,
No,
right?
I technically had a nada every night. I
Oh wow.
because I didn't want to wait. I just went to sleep until I could wake up and just be where I wanted to be. So
Mm.
I've always been one with like if I want to go to sleep even after an energy drink or a big cup of coffee, I can make myself go to sleep on demand. I always have been able to.
Dang, that's
Yeah,
incredible.
it's crazy.
Yeah, I could not go to sleep. The medicine totally kept me awake. But I probably an hour before the night was over, I just felt totally alone. Like I couldn't get more medicine. I felt super disappointed with the results of the medicine. Um, and felt completely alone. And I realized like I'm terrified of being alone. Like I got married pretty quick after my divorce. I'm a middle child. Like being alone has always terrified me, and I just missed my family. I was like, what the hell am I doing here? I'm here for the rest of the week. I'm not getting any effects from this. I miss my daughter. I've never been away from her for a week, right? Up to that point. My wife, I don't think I've been away from her for a week either. And I just tried to go to sleep at that point. I was like, I feel alone, I feel miserable. And that was like the first tiny little sign of the medicine. It was like, no, you need to feel this.
Yes.
And I'm like, bullshit, I need to feel this. I'm going to sleep, you
Yeah.
know? So I
Right.
tried to sleep, could not sleep. It kept me awake. And I was just crying. And I'm like, I don't feel the medicine. I just feel miserable. I feel alone. And looking back, it's exactly what I needed. I needed to feel alone. And it's amazing now being back. I can sit in silence in conversations and be fine. When in the past, if there was any silence, I'm the guy who jumps in and I'll fill the void,
Yeah. You're
you
that guy in
know?
the sauna.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate silence. I hate being alone. When
Yeah.
my wife would go out somewhere, I'm like, sweet, I'm getting on my phone or I'm gonna look at porn or I'm gonna go smoke, because I don't want to be alone,
Hmm.
right? So that was the first night for me. I didn't realize those were massive realizations for me until a couple days later,
Right.
or until talking to my brother, really. We went back and he's like, how was it? And I joked with him. I was like, yeah, God told me I need to go back to church. And he was like, what? I was like, I'm just kidding. Right. I didn't feel anything. Um, but with talking to him, and that was amazing too to have him there because he's a great soundboard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like he's so in tune with himself and his emotions
It's
that,
wild.
dude, I've never met someone so in tune with his body and his emotions
It's
ever.
it's crazy.
And when I'm soundboarding off of him, he's like, he can dissect how I'm feeling and reverberate it back to me so it makes sense. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, that's exactly how I'm feeling. You know?
Yeah.
So having him there for me was a game changer.
Big time, I can imagine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And second night was way more impactful and not at the same time. The same thing, you go in there at 5:30, I'm just dreading it at that point. They tell you not to sit by anyone that you know. But the second night, I was like, Tyler, let's sit together,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So we sat right next to each other. I put myself in a corner because I don't want to associate with people. Like, I know what I need, you
You,
know?
you and I are very similar. I took the corner every single night.
Dude, I tried to get the corner every night. That first night, I was like, not, I was wide in the open. Only one person next to me, but there's like a path next to this side. Second night, corner. Third night, someone stole my corner.
So I got to ask:
Yeah.
is it when you go in and you take the right? Is it the first corner on the right?
So you walk in,
You walk in,
turn to the right,
turn to the
and then
right.
there's that separator.
Yep. Yep. On
And
the left
I'm
side of
I'm
you.
in that corner right behind the bathrooms on the opposite side of that wall.
Yes.
Is that where you were?
Yep.
Dang, dude, we are
It's
similar.
it's actually insane.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry to
No,
take
you're
you off
great.
track here.
And they do say like ayahuasca, everything happens for a reason.
Yeah.
So like I think I picked that spot for, they tell you like where you sit, who you sit next to, like it's
Mhm.
all planned.
Yes.
And at first I was like, bullshit, give me the drug, right? But
Mhm.
then after, like, yeah, it's so true.
Yeah.
It is so true. But anyway, that second night I took 3 cups, didn't feel anything all night, only nauseous. Like, and being nauseous for 4 hours at a time, not feeling any effects of a drug, dude, I was like, I want to go home. Like,
It's not
this
pleasant most of
sucks.
the time. It's not
No,
actually pleasant. The misconception is you're going to go rage, and it's not what it
yeah,
is.
not at all.
No.
Yeah, you're miserable. You're sitting on a mattress, miserable the whole
Yeah.
time with a blindfold on. And Julio, the guy who sat next to me on the second night, he told me, hey, you've been writing first class. Last night you were cuddled up in a blanket, laying down with your eye mask. Tonight, get uncomfortable because that's where miracles will come.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, man, like, you don't really know what you're talking about. But I did it anyway. I was like, I'll try it. No blanket, uncomfortable all night. And at 4 hours in, I'm like, what the hell am I doing? Right? I've taken 3 cups so far. I'm not feeling anything. I'm nauseous. I've shit myself about 60 times on this thing. Like, I've thrown up a ton. And I just went outside. They tell you to stay in the mattress, but I went outside,
Yes.
sat in a hammock, looked at the stars and just like tried to
Yeah.
appreciate life.
Yes.
Like,
Yes.
what is going on? And then I got more frustrated because I look out on the lawn and
Mm.
there's someone dancing, waving their bucket around,
Oh yeah.
someone like worshiping the ground,
Mhm.
someone like screaming. People are having visions, like
Yeah.
all of this stuff. And I'm like, why am I not feeling anything? Like, I need this. I need this more than any of these people. Like, I am so desperate and I'm praying. I'm like, God, please, like, whoever's there, please help me. I'm not feeling anything and I need this. And I'm seeing people having amazing experiences. I'm just jealous, dude. And I tried to just appreciate where I was at and appreciate life. And I read a thing before I went out there that DMT on a small amount of people has no effect. And it was a small number, like 4% of people can't feel DMT or whatever. And I've smoked DMT before and never had like a breakthrough.
Yeah.
And realizing now it's because I smoked it to get high and I didn't
Yeah.
smoke it with good intention.
Right.
But that was looping in my head big time. I was like, I'm
I'm
one
one
of
of
those people.
I'm one of the 4%.
Yeah, I'm the 4%. It's not going to work on me. So I went back to my mattress after getting pretty pissed off and just watching other people have great experiences. Went back to my mattress, sat down, and I started crying. Um, just desperate. Like, if I can't feel this, like, let me feel something, like, help me be grateful. And I just tried to be grateful. And you were with Tyler. You've seen Tyler dance. Tyler is an amazing dancer, right? Unlike any dancer that I've ever seen, he's 100% authentic,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
and
He
I
goes
was sitting on my mattress just crying, and they have this like candle in the middle of the room, so it lights up the center of the floor, and I see his silhouette just dancing, like having such a good time.
he was asked to dance because
Yeah,
his energy was so great that one of the volunteers said, "Get up and dance for every."
dude, and I believe that Shaman asked him to dance for me
Right. Yeah. That's
because I
yeah.
was watching him dance, and this was my biggest breakthrough. I was watching him dance miserable, and like in my head, I was like, Daniel, you're like such a fuck up, dude. You like everything you've done in your life, you failed, and you've never been yourself. You've always lived life for other people. And watching my brother up there being 100% authentic, having fun, doesn't care at all what people think about him. And
Not a
I'm like,
no.
why can't I do that? Why can't I be that? And I sat there for probably a good 10 minutes debating, like, should I go up there and dance and just say, fuck it, like, I'm going to go dance? Or am I going to be miserable right here and just be on my mattress for the rest of the night? About 10 minutes in, I was like, okay, whatever, I'm going to go dance. All these people are going to watch me. They're all going to judge me, but like, I'm never going to see them again. So I went up there and I just started like swaying back and forth. And
Mm.
Tyler's like going crazy, like air bending, all this stuff. And
Yeah. Right.
finally, after like a couple songs, I'm like really getting into it, dancing and
Yeah.
having a good time. And I just felt good.
Mm-hmm.
And then after a couple songs, I went back down and sat on my mattress and I'm just happy. I'm like, and I felt nauseous the whole time. I felt nauseous the whole time. And I sat down and just like felt a sense of pride of like, you did something hard, that you would never, ever do. And they say that ayahuasca rewards bravery. And I believe the universe rewards bravery.
Mm-hmm.
And I was the bravest I have ever been in that moment, which sounds so dumb because I've lived a pretty scared life. So that for me was extremely brave.
Yeah.
And as soon as I just felt proud of myself, sorry, man, these
No,
emotions are coming back, but
that's okay. Yeah. Take your time.
thank you.
Mm-hmm.
They have three intentions, right? Show me
Yeah.
who I've become, connect me with my soul at all costs, and heal my heart.
Yeah.
And all the classes they were teaching of Show Me Who I've Become, they're talking about this bad thing in your life has made you who you are and disconnected you from yourself. So I was thinking like smoking weed has disconnected me in this way. Looking at porn has disconnected me in this way. Social media has disconnected me in this way. Like traumas in my life, that's disconnected me from this way. And I'm trying to piece together all these things, figuring out who I've become, because I was expecting it to be something bad. And in that moment of feeling pride, ayahuasca fully opened up to me and showed me who I've become. And I've become someone to be proud of. I've become an amazing person who's kind and powerful and generous. And it was something that was so kind when I was expecting to be just torn down. And I've never fully accepted myself. I've never loved myself ever.
Yeah. Right.
And in that moment, I just loved myself. I loved who I am. And I had that reassurance from ayahuasca and God and everything that I needed in my life. I was fully like, this is who I've become, and I'm on the right track. We need to tweak a couple things. But ayahuasca told me, I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I needed to love myself and be authentic.
Yeah. You're making me tear up.
Dude. Yeah, sorry about
That's
that.
no, that's amazing, man. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just felt pride. I felt super proud of myself. And that was my second night. Like the rest of the night, I just felt proud.
Yeah.
And then as soon as I laid down, and we were probably 20 minutes from wrapping up, laid down, I threw up harder than I've ever thrown up in my life. And they tell
Yeah.
you when you throw up, like say thank you and
Mhm. Yeah.
ask like, what is this? Immediately I knew, because I was full in ayahuasca at this point. I was seeing sacred geometry. I was
Yes.
feeling amazing. I threw up, and immediately ayahuasca told me that is caring about what other people think about you. And that's a
Yeah.
demon I've been holding on to my whole life.
You purged it.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
purged it.
Yeah, you did.
And now, dude, I like ever since, it's been 3 weeks now since I went. And even to this day, I don't give a fuck what people think about me.
Yeah.
If you need me to be a bad guy in your life, I'm happy to be that person for you, but it's not who I am.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
and I've been living in fear what other people think my whole life.
It's a
So
big
that's
obstacle.
a massive obstacle, life
Yeah.
changing.
Yeah.
And after that first night, or that second night, I was bought in. I was like, yeah, this is working. And a little bit before that happened, I backtrack just a tiny bit. I remember being miserable, and I remember having a feeling of, hey, ayahuasca knows what it's doing. You need to be patient because I'm working on something really big. And I remember thinking, like, is that me telling myself that to comfort myself, or is that ayahuasca? Like, did I feel something? And after that night, if I went home after that night, I would say the whole retreat was worth it.
Mhm. Yeah.
But yeah, that was the second night.
Okay. Can I
Changed my life. Yeah,
ha ha
absolutely.
have you heard my bracelet story?
I haven't.
Okay. You know how you get the bracelet when you get there? It's the red center, the green on two sides, and then you have like 4 white beads on each side of those. Something like
Mhm.
that, right?
Yeah.
So, side note for me, where I spent most of my time from the second night through the fourth night when I was awake was outside and sitting right next to the fire.
Mm.
Watching the fire burn, by the way. Whoa.
Amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was just like putting myself in the most primal position of caveman first fire kind of thing, right? Like
Mm.
this is the new beginning of my life. If you're looking at it a timeline perspective, the caveman beginning, right? Like this is where I begin to learn my new habits and traits in life about me.
Mm.
And I got my bracelet on, and so there were my colors, I first named them for the foundations of my life going forward: patience, gratitude, and I'm spacing on the third right now. Give me a moment on it. It's important, I
You're good.
promise.
Yeah, no,
Anyways, then I translated it to my children, my 3 children. And I was like, oh my God, it's 3, then my 3 children, right? So then I thought on the left is maybe everybody in my life I need to forgive. And the right is everybody that I hold near and dear to me. Ironically, the 4 white beads were everybody that I held near and dear to me. The 4 on the left, I could name 2 of people I needed to forgive. There were 2 more that I couldn't think of. And I spent a couple hours in front of that fire thinking of who I had to forgive. And the names finally came to me. And it was that was the last time I puked for the whole entire trip. That was on Tuesday night. And as soon as the names popped in my mind, threw up immediately.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. So super similar. You had that discovery of who gives a shit about what people think of me. It's out of you. For me, it was like those people that I had to release.
And you released.
I released it. Yeah.
And it is funny because every time I threw up after that, I did say thank you. And I did I learned what that was purging out of me.
Right.
It's incredible. But yeah, the first night throwing up like 10 times, and not really 10 times, but a lot. And I'm like, screw this. Like, this is not working.
Yeah.
But the third night was actually most impactful for me. So that second night, I felt a lot lighter, felt amazing. The third night, I went in there, it's women's night, and I thought for sure, and they kind of tell you that's going to be the least impactful night for you.
Yeah.
So I was kind of like, hey, I had my experience, like I'm good. But kind of same thing. I had 3 cups, felt nauseous the whole time, didn't feel anything, nothing. And I'm sitting there like, okay, well, what did I learn last night? Like, I'm grateful. Thank you for this. Thank you for not letting me feel anything. Felt a little bit alone again, but proud of who I am. And I asked for a 4th cup, and they're like, the altar's closed. And I was like, ouch, rejection. Like, that's something that really hurt. Just them saying, hey, sorry, the altar's closed. That really hurt my soul. And I realized, like, I have always feared rejection. And it's okay. Like, you need to ask. You need to ask for help. And they were about to wrap up. Like, they stopped the music. Altar's closed. I knew I had maybe 20 minutes left. So I just sat there and I'm like, okay, well, thanks for tonight. Like, thank you for not letting me experience anything. I know I got what I needed out of this, and I know you're doing what I need. And I just felt lonely, and I wasn't sitting by Tyler that night. I was sitting by someone else. And yeah, I just felt kind of sorry for myself a little bit, but grateful at the same time, trying to be grateful, I guess. And I felt the need to ask someone for a hug. But I was so scared of rejection because I just was told, hey, the altar's closed. So I'm like, I'm going to go ask this female shaman for a hug. And if she rejects me, it's okay. That's what I need. So as soon as I like sit up to give her a hug, I've never met my wife's mom. She died before I met her. And my daughter's never met her. She doesn't have a grandma. And I've always wondered if she would even like me. Because in a lot of ways, I do believe in an afterlife, but in a lot of ways I don't. And I know the life I've been living, and I'm not good enough for her daughter. And there was a lot of self-shame and guilt. So I never really knew if she would love me. And as soon as I decided to go give the shaman a hug, I felt my wife's mom. Felt my wife's mom come and give me a hug. And tell me that she loves me. And all night I'm thinking about women in my life, right? My wife, my baby, my mom, my sisters, other women in my life. And she never crossed my mind. And she just so clearly came to me and just embraced me. And she told me she loved me and she's proud of me. And I had my first vision, my only vision of the whole retreat. I had a vision of me and her in the Maloka just dancing together. And that was the healing of my heart.
Yeah. That's beautiful.
And yeah, she told me I never told my wife about porn, and I hid weed from her a lot. And my wife's mom, she was cheated on by her ex-husband, and she told me I need to talk to my wife about porn and I need to stop looking at porn. And she told me about the experience of her ex-husband. He never would have cheated on her if it didn't start with porn.
Yeah.
And I like very clearly I saw the road of if I stay on this path of looking at pornography, I'm going to cheat on my wife and I'm going to hurt her and hurt my daughter and hurt myself. And yeah, not even tempted since being back. And I had been not looking at porn for the month before leading up to ayahuasca as well.
Yeah, that helps. Definitely.
Yeah. And I was crying so hard the rest of that night. Like, it truly healed my heart.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah.
The thing that doesn't get talked about enough in society is pornography and how bad it is, especially on the men in society. It's not good. It takes your energy. It takes away your power.
Yeah.
And there's a reason for it. And there's a conglomerate, and I'm not going to get into right now, that runs the whole entire industry. And there's a reason for it. There's a reason for all of it. It's not actually free.
Yeah.
You know, you're giving something away, and that something is more valuable than money.
Totally. Dude,
Yeah.
well said.
Yeah. So that's a really good thing, man. And good for you. That was something I struggled with a lot as well while I was married. And it definitely played a part in destroying my marriage. 100%. 100%.
Yeah.
It gives, it creates this sense of boredom with what you have.
Yeah.
And it's just not necessary. You know, have a little mystery in your life, you know, like when you finally do get that special something, like that's the time to enjoy it. It's not, they say porn is just as addictive as like a hard drug like cocaine or meth, because it's like that instant
immediate release. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. So
from your experience, because I've done some drugs, but not as hard of drugs as you have in your experience. Would you say that pornography is as addicting as those?
Oh yeah.
Cocaine, for example.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. It's a very unhealthy thing, and it's just so accessible and so easy. I mean,
Totally.
It just takes 2 thumbs and about 20 seconds to get there, you know?
Yeah. Unless you have it down to a science, then it takes 5 seconds.
Yeah.
You know, like it really is like, yeah, it's not talked about enough. And I would argue, and tell me if I'm probably wrong, but I would say most married men and men in general have a pornography issue.
Yeah, you know,
and it's common to hide it. It's what you do.
You know, it's really interesting that you brought that up, and who knows, I might get roasted in my personal life for this, but I feel it's necessary to discuss it. Is I've been in group chats, you know, with some of my buddies, and like my friends are all married, and they feel the need to, on a daily basis, post thirst traps. And I actually, just like a few days ago, I just finally left the group, and I didn't say why. You know, like I'm not going to make it dramatic, and I don't want them to change just because I'm being whiny and bitchy. Yeah. But it's like, you guys are married. Okay. Like I'm not married, and I have no interest in any of this. And you guys are sitting here with probably a woman at home that would be willing to do what they want if, you know, if you're connecting correctly, and you're looking at women all day. You're looking at, by the way, women that would never look twice at you. Right. And
it's the reality. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the reality. It 100% is. And that's most of us. And you're just giving them your power. You're taking that energy and that power away from the person that you're trying to build this life with. And you're giving it to this hoe that posts half naked photos all day long. Like that's her job. That's how she's rich. She doesn't actually have talent.
She doesn't
just
care
not.
about you.
No, she
Yeah.
doesn't give a shit. She doesn't give a shit. So I'm throughout this integration process, one of the things that I have realized is as I'm transforming in this phase, because I'm actually having a lot of the thoughts that you're having right now, because I'm not saying that I've been isolating myself from my friends. What I'm actually realizing is I'm distancing myself from the older people in my life, not because they're bad people. I still have love for them. I get it.
Mhm.
But my energy is going to a different place. And the people that I want to surround myself with are like-minded people.
You're evolving. Yeah.
Exactly. It's an evolution, right? And like if one of their kids or family members has a party, of course I'll go and I'll support. Like I'll be there. I'm not going to leave those people behind me because those are the people that love me when I was lowest. But
Totally.
my daily interactions, maybe it shouldn't consist of that anymore because I don't need to see that stuff.
Mhm.
Like it distracts me from my mission of rebuilding the solid foundation in my life.
Yeah.
And I don't need that kind of distraction. I need to focus on what's going to make me the best and freest version of myself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like I know I fall into peer pressure very easily. I would assume you're the same way. So surrounding yourself with like-minded people is really, for me, is the only way to truly change. Because
Mhm.
if I still surround myself with old friends who want to just dink around all the time, I'm not going to change. And I want to change. And I am changing.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's a insight that I have kind of based off
I
of
love that.
what you've shared.
And I think a lot of people need to hear that.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think a lot of people also need to, like, my wife, when I told her, was extremely hurt and still is really hurt,
Hmm.
not because I looked at porn, but because I lied about it.
Yes.
And we had a lot of conversations where, we'd talk about, oh, this person's husband is addicted to porn and she just found out. And I'm like, I don't understand how he could do that. Meanwhile, I'm looking at porn,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I stood up for being against porn so many times in my life, being a total hypocrite. When
Hmm.
now I'm more authentic than I've ever been. Like, this is me. What you see is what you get, and I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think, yeah, it is a very hurtful thing is what I'm trying to get at. But
Yeah.
I'm trying to be there for my wife and show her that I have changed. And that's the hardest part, I think, about integration is you change. You change in a week's time.
Oh
Like,
yeah. Yes, you
to
do.
your core, you change.
Hmm.
But you come home and people are like, you were gone for a week. You didn't change. And they don't believe that, and it's easy to fall back into old habits and just go back to your routine of being who you were when people don't believe you, or they don't fully trust your experience because they've never experienced it. But it's also something you can't force on someone and say, you need to go try ayahuasca because
Right.
it has to call you or it's not going to work,
Correct.
and that's been really hard for me is I feel like I have changed and I am a different person, but I've had multiple people in my life question that and talk about either being brainwashed, or, oh, I've heard before you said you changed, blah, blah, blah. And it's this constant thing. There's a lot of pressure behind coming back and being aligned with your truest self.
Yeah.
And that pressure, I feel like, there have been a lot of times where I have questioned, like, okay, well, should I just give up and go back to who everyone wants me to be? And I'm not going to, but it's hard. Coming back's a lot harder than people tell you it's going to be.
Yeah. Yeah. It begins when you get to your first American airport and all there is to eat are chips and candy.
Shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or a McDonald's or a Burger
Yeah.
King, like it's immediate. As soon as you step foot on this American soil, everything fucking changes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is corrupt. Like, a lot of insights I had that week were politics.
Hmm.
I don't associate with politics at all, and I never will again. You know,
Yeah.
I it divides people and it creates resentment and hate. And
Yes.
I don't want to be a part of that. I want to be a part of love.
And it's okay to have opinions on maybe how things should be done,
Totally.
but attaching your identity to a political party is not the way to go about it.
And
I have
hating someone who thinks differently.
Correct.
Absolutely not the way to go about it.
The best way to move forward with differences is dialogue, open dialogue, and being okay with the other person thinking differently than you. That's fine. Like
Yeah, it's encouraged.
I've said very controversial things on this podcast politically. Those are my beliefs. I welcome anybody that thinks the exact opposite to come on and talk to me about it, and we can have an open conversation. I may disagree with you. You disagree with me. That's fine.
We don't have to agree.
No, we certainly don't. And one other topic that, I actually talked about a couple nights ago on the podcast with a friend is, what's so funny is, like, look at me and you, for instance, right? Let's say I'm a Ukrainian man and you're a Russian man, and we're both 20 years old, and we're both happen to be soldiers fighting in a war, and we're trying to kill each other. We never once gave each other the chance to talk to each other and actually get to know each other, because if I saw you across the battlefield after knowing you, after our discussions, I'd be like, I can't shoot him.
Yeah.
And all of this is driven by crazy fucking old men that run the world and that dislike each other. And the more and more people that we can get awakened to love, the less likely that this will ever happen again. Like, and that's kind of like, that's my mission as a whole, is just to like spread love and positivity and just have open dialogue,
Yeah, no, I think very controversial opinion. If there are leaders of the world who want to go to war, put them in a ring and let them go to war.
Exactly.
Don't sacrifice people.
No, the kids and children, man. I mean, women and children especially. It's not right at all. Anyway,
yeah, but
night 4.
Yeah, dude, that's one thing. There are a lot of other things. Food in America is bullshit.
Yeah,
like being in Costa Rica, eating the food there, you feel good. You feel really good and aligned with yourself. But yeah, coming back and you even buying something simple like rice, like you can tell there's a lot of stuff in this, even if you're reading the label. Like I've been reading every label now, and I'm realizing how much crap I've put in my body over the last 30 years.
Well, how about like deodorant even?
Dude, I've used a salt stick now.
Yeah, you got the salt stick?
I got the salt stick. I sweat like a mother trucker, but I love it.
My mother has this. My family has been holistic since I was a kid. And my mother makes this homemade deodorant that consists of arrowroot and anyways, it turns into a paste. It works great. And there's no chemicals in it. Your kidneys and your blood can process it just fine. I did the salt stick, and like you're saying, I still sweat like crazy. This I sweat, but it's like, it only lasts a day. It's not like you could wear it for multiple days, but it's not clogging anything. But that's a big thing. Like, even it was so funny, how ayahuasca brings you to answers maybe when you hear about something, and then coincidentally something else happens afterward. I remember I was in my room with my roommate Mike, and he was putting sunscreen on, and I said, "What are you doing?" And he goes, "I'm putting on sunscreen." I said, "Don't put that shit on your skin." And literally we went in to do a class with Dwayne, and like the second or third slide was fucking
sunscreen stuff.
Yeah, the sunscreen. And right away he turned around at me, and I was already staring at him, like one of those things, like me shaking my head.
That's awesome.
He got rid of it after that class. He goes, "Okay, fine, I'll listen." So
oh yeah. One thing I'm still trying to figure out is shampoo. A good natural shampoo.
It's hard to find. Another hard thing to find. Like the one in Costa Rica was just like 3 ingredients. It was like coconut oil, something, and something else. So. And
you're like, your scalp felt amazing by using that.
Yeah.
Now here I'm in Utah, and the water here is horrible.
I believe it.
Like, it dries the heck out of your skin. So I've actually been losing a lot of hair. I think just by shampoo and the water here. So I'm on a search for anything. So if anyone knows any good stuff,
I know a water guy.
Yeah,
I do. I can connect you with him.
Dude, you should.
Shane. I will.
Yeah,
I definitely will.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. Overall, it's not great. Let's go on to night 4 though.
Sweet. Yeah, night 4
Yahe
was Yahe night, pulling all-nighter. So Yahe
Yeah.
night, I felt the medicine the whole time. I didn't have any insights or any visions or anything like that. I just felt happy, just like fully in alignment with who I am. I was dancing. They do like the blessings on you and just felt amazing. I was just having the best time of my life. And I believe, well, I say that I didn't have any insights, as I'm going to share a lot of insights I had that night. But
Okay.
in the moment, I didn't feel like I had insights.
Hmm.
I felt just truly pure joy. Like I know I was merged with my soul. I, my heart was healed and I've seen who I've become. And so clearly that night, I was so in alignment with myself that I knew who I'm here to be. And I'm here to help people. I'm here to heal people, right? I can sense people's energies really well. And like it was so cool because there was a girl just really crying after the ceremony on Yahe night. And I just went there and I grabbed her hand and I just said, "Hey, it's okay." And we just breathed.
Yeah.
And like I could feel that transfer of energy. And like that's who I need to be. I need to help heal people and
Hmm.
really help them heal themselves, and I'm a very chill person. I can make any room light up. I have healing hugs. Like, dude, if I give you a hug right now, you would feel better. You just would,
I bet I would.
you know?
No doubt.
Uh, and I never hug people before ayahuasca. Now I hug everybody.
That's your
And like,
superpower, man.
dude, it is.
Yeah.
And it's healing for me too. But I can feel that transfer of energy to people. And yeah, it just felt amazing. I was high on life. And
Definitely.
I have
Definitely.
no need to be high ever again
Right.
because life is so amazing. And who I am when I am aligned is so amazing that I don't need to escape. It's okay to feel. It's okay to not go get high. When my wife leaves, I don't have to look at porn. I don't have to even get on my phone or go smoke. Like, I just need to feel and breathe because life is amazing. It's such a beautiful thing. And
Yeah.
it's so under valued by everybody.
You're getting the best example of it with having an 8-month old around you as you get to like really see the beginning,
Totally.
and you can relate in a way to this little baby being here because it's how we all got here, so helpless,
Yeah.
and would never survive if they didn't have us as parents, and that's how we all got here,
Totally.
and it's beautiful.
It is beautiful, dude. This
Yeah.
life is amazing. And
Yeah.
like I just felt pride of who I am, who I'm becoming, and like I don't worry about work anymore. I don't worry about the future. Like I am so focused on the moment.
Yeah.
And dude, I have had more opportunities come my way in the last 3 weeks. Dude, being on this podcast is one of them. It's always been a dream of mine to be on a podcast and like sharing this experience. Like, dude, it means the world for you just to hold a safe space for me to do this.
Of course.
But so many opportunities in my life where it's like everything is happening because I'm in alignment. And if
Hmm.
there's one message I could give to anyone, if you are feel like your life sucks or you're depressed or you're not grateful for how things are going or things just are not going your way, you're out of alignment. Get in alignment with who you are. A couple ways you can do that: breath work, yoga, meditation. Super hard, way harder than just doing some breath work, as you know.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like it takes a lot of work and a lot of patience and a lot of time and a lot of presence, but get in alignment and life will just work. It will work out and you'll know without a doubt that it's working exactly how it needs to work.
Most definitely. I think that's just like a great piece of advice to give anybody. It's so simple, to do those things, to make time to do those things is what I mean. It's not maybe simple, the
Totally.
method, but it's easy to try. It's easy to
Yeah.
try, right?
And figure out what works for you. Yeah, the method doesn't matter. Whatever works for you.
Right. As Tyler always says.
Yeah, dude, I
Yeah.
get that from Tyler.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, overall amazing experience. Like that was my experience. The last 3 weeks I felt amazing. Integration has been hard, but I'm trying to live purely in alignment with who I am. And it's a lot easier to do when you're at an amazing resort where nothing matters, you know. But life
Yeah.
life has hit me in the face, I feel like really hard since I've been back. And it's amazing to see how calm I've been and how happy I've been through that.
Yeah.
Yeah, just life-changing.
The way I look at it whenever a difficult time approaches is there are things, no matter how difficult the challenge may be, there are things that can't be taken away from you.
Mm,
And what can't be taken away from you is your family, your faith, and that person that you have met inside of you.
totally.
Yeah. I have a strong belief, because like you, I talked to myself throughout the entire 4 days at Rythmia during ceremony. And
Mm,
throughout my life, I would always be talking to myself, but I wouldn't be listening. And I would also think I'm crazy and be like, who talks to themselves? But then I actually listened to that voice when I got to Costa Rica, and I found out that was God talking to me. Like that was the message is being filtered into my body and then out of my mouth. It just requires my 2 ears to listen to what is coming out of my mouth.
yeah.
Yeah. And that's
Dude, how amazing is that?
It's beautiful.
Amazing. I do believe that we do have higher selves that do speak to us.
Oh yeah.
And that is God. Like, we are all gods.
That's correct.
And yeah, huge insight I had is I believe, like, there are many, 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 many gods, right? We are all gods, and our highest self will guide us through life and help us become in alignment. But more over that, God is a woman, and you feel that, like Mother Earth. I don't think there is a God, and it's different than how I was raised, right? And this is just my belief.
Yeah.
I was raised that God is a man. He's just. He's yeah, he causes wars and kills a ton of people. If you do something wrong, you're going to go straight to hell. Like, God's loving and just. But now, after this experience, I believe God can't be as loving as she is if it was a man. Like, it has to be a woman. There is a feminine energy, an all-knowing energy. And as big of a bash as this is to you, Jesse, and to me as men, like, we don't have that. We can't have that. Only a woman can truly have the energy of healing and love and understanding. And that's been a massive insight for me. It's completely changed the way I do see the world.
Yeah.
Like, I love God more and I trust God more knowing that it's a woman than a man, which is weird because you'd think it'd be opposite.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's your belief, and that's okay for you to believe that. I think, and I haven't done it myself, but they say that the grandfather is ibogaine. Meanwhile, the grandmother is ayahuasca. For me to comment on what you're saying with any kind of knowledge is, I think I would eventually have to go through the ibogaine experience.
Totally.
Because there's, that's what Jerry did first. That's what changed it all, was ibogaine.
Yeah.
And, Texas is on the they invested $50 million into it earlier this year.
Treatments for ibogaine, yeah.
Correct. So, it's coming to the US. It's becoming mainstream. I think it would be worth doing a test run someday on something like that, just to at least compare. I have felt the calling to do something like that, at some point in my life going forward. But I completely understand why you feel that way.
Yeah, and it's my
why
faith.
You believe that. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. That's right. And that's okay. That's beautiful.
Totally. Yeah, yes. Nobody has to agree with it.
No.
But that's, for me, is what makes the most sense.
Yeah. And it does, what you're saying does make sense. I've never really assigned a gender to God throughout my life.
Yeah.
Because I think of it, and I'm not advocating for trans here, but I think of it as I think of it more as like this spirit, like this almighty spirit that gives knowledge and gives us our emotions and gives us the ability to make choices.
Totally.
Right. And that's kind of the way I have always viewed it. Now it's easy to just assume that God is a man, just because even like the cartoons we watched while growing up, it was like an old guy with white hair.
Yeah. Big
Right.
beard. Yeah.
You know what else is kind of funny is when AI was first, before regulation, when AI was first beginning to be popular, there was this question where you would ask it a question, it would give you a visual answer. And the question was, what does God look like? And it showed the sun.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, again, whether
I think there's a huge possibility too that it's not just one God. You know, there are masculine energies and feminine energies and neutral energies, you know, and you choose what to worship. And
right.
Yeah.
Do you ever hear of the Zulu tribe?
I haven't.
Zulu is a native tribe, years and years, an ancient tribe. I don't know the time frame specifically, but it is said in their ancient texts that there was no moon, and one day the moon randomly appeared in the sky. Meanwhile, the sun was always, there. Of course, it would be really dark at night, but then the moon suddenly appeared. And you kind of wonder if you were to pair that, and this is the conspiracy theorist in me that just loves theorizing.
Yeah, let's hear it.
when you have AI say that God is the sun, and then the moon comes, you have the yin and the yang, right?
Right.
All of a sudden the tides become calmer in the oceans because of the moon, or they go higher, right? Like it's like one of those things that I like to think about, and I think are fun. And I'm not providing any kind of answer or belief with it. I love exploring the different avenues of what could be like that. Totally. I find the most fun in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, and everyone has a little bit of conspiracy theorist in them.
I have a lot.
Because it's how it's how we make sense of the world.
Yeah.
I have a lot of conspiracy theories that I really love, and some that they don't mesh with me. But yeah, dude, it's
well, one of these days we should do another episode, and I want to hear them. We could talk.
Dude, I have a ton for you, so we should do another episode, and let's just riff on conspiracy theories.
I would love that.
Okay, yes. Let's do it. Jesse, I really appreciate you holding this space for me and letting me share my experience. It's really healing for me to be able to share that.
And what's so beautiful about this too is this is something that you can look back on months from now, years from now. That's kind of the whole idea, is being able for anybody that is willing to do it. And, I'm honored to do it, is to hold this space for you guys to kind of watch your evolution and watch your growth. I think it's just so important to remember what you look like when you first came back. It's a good reminder.
Totally. Yeah. And see yourself in alignment.
Yes, indeed. All right, man.
Jesse, I love you, brother. I really appreciate you.
Yes, you as well. Thank you for coming on.
Absolutely. Talk soon.